Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to help you get right to the heart of complex topics, so you don't have to sift through all the dense material yourself.
That's the idea.
And today, we're diving into personal protective equipment, EPP, specifically for Finish Carpenters.
Right.
We've got a source, basically a detailed safety talk, and we're going to, break it down, make it really easy to grasp, maybe even find some surprising stuff in there.
Sounds good.
So, our mission for this deep dive, it's really to pull out the absolute key facts, the practical tips about EPP, so you walk away feeling properly informed fast.
And the first thing that really jumps out from the source material is this idea that EPP, well, it's not just some rule you follow.
Okay.
It's framed as being just as vital to a carpenter's safety as, say, their saw or their hammer. It's fundamental.
Huh. More than just a checklist item, then.
Exactly. And it's not just about not wearing it. The source points out that using it the wrong way or not maintaining it, that's behind a lot of preventable injuries.
Oh, so the how is as important as the what.
Definitely. The stats back it up, too. Workers who consistently use their EPP correctly, they just have far fewer injuries. It's about having it and understanding it.
That really changes the perspective, doesn't it?
Mm.
And there's a slogan from the source we're using as our guide today.
Oh, yeah, that one's powerful.
Use protective clothing. Don't abuse it. You can save an eye, a foot, or even your life. We should probably keep that in mind as we go.
Definitely sums it up.
So let's start at the beginning. What exactly is EPP? Just the basics.
Sure. Simply put, it's any equipment, could be clothing too, that's designed specifically to shield you from serious harm on the job.
Harm like physical impacts?
Yeah, physical, mechanical, electrical hazards, even chemical stuff. Anything that could cause injury or illness.
And why is it so critical? I mean, beyond the obvious safety aspect.
Well, connecting it back, the source is really clear. Skipping EPP, or like we said, using it badly, it's a major reason people get hurt when they didn't need to.
Preventable injuries.
Exactly preventable. The stats consistently show that using protection properly makes a huge difference. It really impacts your ability to just keep working, keep your career going.
So it's about longevity, too. Now, you mentioned using it properly. That brings up responsibility. It's not just on the worker, is it?
No, absolutely not. The source lays out that safety, especially with EPP, is definitely a two-way street.
Okay, so what falls on the employer side?
Quite a bit, actually. They need to start by figuring out the hazards, like doing a formal assessment.
To see what protection is needed.
Precisely. Then they have to select the right EPP for those specific hazards and provide it to the workers.
I bought it. Okay.
And they have to require that it's used. It's not optional.
So enforce its use.
Right. And on top of that, they absolutely must train employees on how to use it correctly.
Training seems crucial. What does that involve?
It's pretty comprehensive. When to use it, what type is needed for which task, what its limitations are.
What it can't do.
Exactly. Plus, how to put it on, adjust it, actually use it, take it off safely, and importantly, how to maintain it. Look after the gear.
That's a lot. This is like a big commitment from the employer.
It is.
So flipping that, what about the employee? What's their main responsibility? Is there something they often maybe overlook?
That's a good question. The core thing for the employees, well, you have to use the required EPP whenever you're exposed to the hazard. Every single time.
Consistency.
Yes. And you need to know your job well enough to understand which protection you need for each specific part of it.
Yeah.
But the blind spot,
Yeah.
often it's the upkeep, the maintenance, and the regular inspection.
Yeah, just using it until it breaks.
Pretty much. Instead of checking it regularly, looking for wear, making sure it's still in good shape. So maybe for you listening, think about your own routines, work or hobbies. Are you just using protection or are you actively caring for it too?
That's a really practical point.
Yeah.
Okay, so we understand the why and the responsibilities.
Sure.
Let's get into the specifics for Finish Carpenters. And you mentioned starting from the ground up.
Yeah, foot protection seems basic, but it's so important and maybe a bit overlooked sometimes.
Safety boots or shoes.
Exactly. Essential for Finish carpenters. Think about what they do protect your feet from stuff falling on them, like tools or scraps of wood.
Dropped a hammer on your toe, ouch.
Right. And sharp things on the floor, nails, screws, splinters, plus preventing slips on wet or slick surfaces.
Okay, and the source gets specific about requirement.
Oh, yes. Leather uppers, non-slip soles, those built-in toe caps, oil resistance, and a specific rating.
A rating?
Yeah, an impact and compression resistance rating of 75 means it can handle a 75-pound weight dropped on it or significant compression. Pretty vital if something heavy slips.
75 pounds, wow. Now, digging into those toe caps, the source highlighted something interesting. Composite versus steel toes. People might just think safety toe, but there's a difference.
A really crucial difference, actually. It's about trade-offs.
Okay.
Composite toes, they're made from non-metal stuff like Kevlar. Big advantage. They don't conduct electricity.
Important if you're working near wiring.
Exactly. That's why you'll often see electricians and maybe some independent contractors who do varied work prefer them. They offer good protection, but maybe slightly less impact resistance than steel.
Okay, so steel toes.
Steel toes offer, well, generally more strength, better resistance against heavy impacts and cuts.
But there's always a but.
The huge but is electricity. Steel conducts it, so the source is emphatic.
Yeah.
Do not use steel toes if there are electrical hazards around. Period.
That seems like a critical piece of knowledge.
It really is. Steel might be better if the main risk is heavy impact, like cutting big timbers or moving heavy things, and electricity isn't a factor, but you have to be sure.
And these boots don't last forever, right?
Definitely not. OSHA's guidance, mentioned in the source, suggests replacing them every 6 to 12 months.
Or sooner if they take a beating.
Yeah, if conditions are really tough, you might need to replace them more often. It's investing in your foundation, literally.
Makes sense. Okay, moving up from the feet. Eyes and face. Seems obvious for carpentry.
Extremely important. Finished carpenters are constantly dealing with flying debris.
Like sawdust.
Sawdust splinters, particles from sanding, sparks from cutting, even nails from a nail gun misfiring. Safety glasses, or sometimes a full face shield, are designed precisely for that.
Protecting from fragments, dust, glare even.
Yes.
And I remember a little detail from the source, a bit of a classic reminder.
Slight chuckle, let me guess.
Always make sure they're on your eyes, not on your forehead.
Ah, yes. The safety glasses headband look. Very common.
But really shows how easily you can bypass your own safety with just a small habit, doesn't it?
It really does. Simple but vital. Okay, next up. Hearing protection.
Earplugs, earmuffs.
Right. Because the power tools used in finished carpentry routers, saws, nail guns, they generate a lot of noise.
Can be pretty loud, yeah.
And that noise exposure, over time, it's not just annoying. It can cause permanent hearing loss, real disability. Plus, it adds stress, affects your focus.
So protecting your hearing is protecting your career long term.
Absolutely. It's an investment in being able to keep doing detailed work.
Okay, what about head protection? Helmets. Maybe seems less critical for finish work than, say, framing.
You might think so, but the risks are still there. Maybe less obvious, but definitely present.
Like working under scaffolding.
Exactly. Or if other crews are working above you, even just in tight spaces, attics, crawl spaces where you could bump your head or something small could fall.
So helmets protect against impact.
Impacts, yes. Also deep cuts to the scalp, and importantly, electric shock.
Ah, the electrical hazard again. Helmets have ratings, too.
They do. The source mentions different types. Type I protects the top of your head. Type 2 protects the top and sides.
In electrical classes.
Yep. Class G is general use, protects up to about 2200 volts, think typical house wiring. Class E is for higher voltage, up to 20,000 volts.
So knowing the difference helps you pick the right helmet for the job's specific risks.
Precisely. It's not just any helmet. Fit is crucial too. It needs to be comfortable, cover your whole head, back the neck included.
And like boots, inspect and replace if damaged.
Constantly. Any crack, dent, sign of wear, it needs replacing. Its protective ability is compromised.
Got it. Okay, next up, hands. Pretty vital tools for a carpenter.
The most vital, arguably, especially for fine finish work. So gloves are essential.
What are they protecting from mainly? Cuts?
Deep cuts, definitely. From chisels, utility knives, sharp wood edges, also serious scrapes, abrasions, burns too.
Burns. From what?
Could be touching hot tool parts or friction burns from machinery. And don't forget chemical protection.
Like from glues or finishes?
Exactly. Adhesives, sealants, varnishes, stains, some of that stuff can really irritate or damage your skin. The right gloves prevent that.
Makes sense. Okay, one more key area. Breathing. Respiratory protection.
Yes. Masks or respirators. This one can be overlooked in finish work sometimes, but it's critical.
When is it most needed? Sanding.
Sanding is a big one, yeah.
Okay.
Especially materials like MDF, which create very fine dust, also cutting certain woods or when using finishes that give off vapors or fumes.
Lacquers, maybe.
Certain lacquers, solvents, paints, yes. If the ventilation or dust collection systems, the engineering controls, aren't enough to keep the air clean,
Then you need personal protection.
and you absolutely need a mask or respirator. because breathing in that contaminated air, even if you don't notice it right away, can lead to serious long-term lung problems.
Right. So we've covered the main gear, but the source made another point beyond just avoiding immediate injury. It talked about comfort.
Yes, and that's such an important, often missed aspect of EPP and workwear in general.
How so?
Well, think about it. If your work clothes aren't breathable, you get hot, sweaty, uncomfortable. That doesn't just feel bad.
It affects your work.
Exactly. It affects your focus, your performance, especially over a long day. The source stresses that clothing needs to allow freedom of movement too, be ergonomic,
To reduce fatigue.
to reduce fatigue, allow you to maintain precision. It's about working sustainably, comfortably, so you can perform at your best day after day, year after year. It's not just about dodging accidents.
That's a great perspective. Comfort enables better, safer work.
Precisely. So, kind of wrapping this up, if we look at the big picture, for you as a Finnish carpenter, your craft is all about precision, attention to detail, and this deep dive really shows that exact same level of attention needs to apply to your safety gear.
Yeah, it's not separate from the crowd, it's part of it. Using the right EPP for the task, checking it over, keeping it in good shape.
It's genuinely an investment
Yeah.
investment in your health, your ability to keep working.
And like the source says, it's often the simplest way to avoid those injuries that could have been prevented.
Couldn't agree more. And let's not forget that slogan one last time.
Right. Use protective clothing. Don't abuse it. It can save an eye, a foot, or even your life.
Powerful stuff.
So, a final thought for you, our listener.
Yeah.
Whether you work with wood or code or people, think about this principle of proactive protection. Understanding the specific risks you face, whatever they are, and actively preparing for them. How can you apply that kind of deep dive approach, not just to physical safety, but to protecting your career, your projects, your future? Something to consider.